Hey, what's going on, everybody? Coming at you from Colorado, another mountain. Just found this on the ground here. Looking like a glyph. Could be, might not be. And then looking around and just looking in the distance, I thought, what is that? Is that a structure right there? So we're gonna go investigate, see if that's something legitimate. This is kind of looking like another glyph right here. It's got the snapped and the laid over right there. This little piece hanging out right there. Not a definite, but I mean getting closer to this structure, about halfway, 2/3 of the way there. You see there's a trail there going down. Another trail clearly going up the mountain. I mean, I'm sure people are hiking these trails, but that's possibly one reason why Bigfoot is possibly putting these structures out here near mankind. I mean, they don't seem to be evading the spots that mankind uses at all. That's for certain. Awesome find here. You can see a lot of the peeled bark scraps laying around here. Presumably peeled off of here. Look at this. Wow. With the fake fire pit to boot. With the piece of char, I'm still not tricked. I'm still not convinced. Good try. That's pretty good right there. That's a beautiful looking fire pit next to a beautiful looking teepee structure here. Just gorgeous. Really special. Look at the giant X that's made here. I wonder if that was made before the teepee was actually built, or the teepee was built upon that, or that was incorporated in the construction during the building of the teepee. It makes you wonder, but that's still an interesting aspect of it right there. That should make for a good photograph as well. And that's one of my favorite things about doing this, is not only documenting it on video, but taking the photographs and just having them from my memory, and you know, putting them to music, as I like to do in my vids. Look at the mushroom here. Pretty cool. No, little cap right there. But people could have came up here, drank their water, been rude and littered, unfortunately, as humans often do. Just a great looking structure overall. Really beautiful. Look at this here. This little touch, little hanger, just barely hanging on. That's really cool. What else about this structure? Anything tied? Any human incorporations into the build? I wonder. We'll just look around real quick here. Kudos to my friend for being so patient always and waiting. Sometimes I get anxious and I want to videotape these right away and give you guys my first impression, and kind of do that with the video. So I appreciate him waiting. Pretty basic stick build. That's what it looks like, but amazing nevertheless. Pretty stoked. All right, guys. See you on the next find. Check it out. I just found another rock stack, and my buddy was like, "Man, I'm seeing Y glyphs all over the trail." And I'm like, I always tell them, you know, the whys, it's like how the trees grow anyway. But like, this is a classic exemplification with the bark removal of that shape. And I mean, I'm not saying he's not seeing it, because I saw exactly what he pointed at, and it wasn't a perfect Y like this. Like, one side was a little shorter, and I thought maybe. But then as you walk around and you see more of these, especially with the bark removal, it's hard to deny that they are actually leaving these little glyphs and signs on the ground like that. But another rock stack, we found one on the last journey to the top of the hill over at a mountain pretty close to here. I see another structure at the moment, and we actually came to this area because it's close to the other area that we went to last time. There are all these connected parks, so this is really great. Just interesting. I doubt man is making all of these as we keep finding them. I don't know if it's the time of year, if it's the place that we're at the top of the mountain. I don't know what it is. Don't know why they make them, but pretty interesting. Thinking that might have been made by a Sasquatch. And then let me walk you over to this other structure that I see right here. Sure did pick a good spot today. But it's also just a great time of year to get out. God dang, I think I'm seeing stuff all over the place. But thought I saw something up the mountain. This one looks pretty old. Pardon me. Looks like it's been standing for some time. Just on the side of this mountain, working down to the highway down here somewhere. You can hear the vehicles down there. And yeah, beautiful little spot here in Colorado. Mike just noticed this in the tree. I wanted to just film it. Really cool. Hard lighting. But that's been broken off, that branch and whatever, and stuck in the tree hanging straight down there. Really cool find. Check that out. There's a piece of quartz right in the structure here, and there's another one Mike saw sitting on top of this rock here, that white piece. And at first I thought it was just a stick structure. But oh, look I found a weave. This is important, I missed this. Look at the perfect circular weave out of the bush here. I don't know what type that is. Some kind of wild shrub that's been broken, snapped there. Try to give you a good view. And it's really circular. Really circular. The way that they twisted that around. So awesome right there. More confirmation. Just a little Bigfoot tag, a little trademark. So we know who really did this. Alright, good eye by my friend to even notice he was looking at this green and saying, what is that? And I thought initially that they stuck it in there from the outside because there's some broken stuff. But actually that's the tree right there growing. So they incorporated that into the structure, which is really possibly a quite compelling aspect. I've seen that before, and that's been noted many times. And that might have something to do with the structure or not, including, you know, the fact that it's built on some of these trees here, you know, which are growing, at least that one. This second one here in the group coming out, they're kind of built off of as well. So just that connectedness, incorporation that's been documented by a lot of people in Colorado and otherwise. But awesome find. Really cool area. We just keep seeing stuff. hiked up to these amazing rocks here. I guess this amazing rock, it's like one solid piece. Just got here. See a bird kill here. Evidence of feathers all over the ground. Doesn't mean that it's Bigfoot related, and to be honest, when I have found kills that I think were by Bigfoot, the ends of the feathers were actually snapped off, flush, like ripped. And on this, I don't see that. These all look like they have their full ends. Probably a cat or something that got a bird right here, more than likely. But still a beautiful spot by the giant rock. Usually you find a blue mylar balloon or something. My buddy said blue balloon, but I don't know, does that count? Check this out, these two sticks here lined up next to some human item here, along with some quartz. I don't know if it's legit or not. I think we're right by the trail, but we've been hiking off trail for about a mile, maybe half mile up, however it takes to get to the peak. But we're right at the top now, so I think we caught up with the trail, but just thought that was interesting. All right, coming up the mountain, I wanted to sit down and take a break. I'm just getting a little tired. We hit the trail for a minute and then got back off and started walking up here, but I just saw this, thought it was kind of interesting. So I don't know what made the mark or what cleared all this out of here. You know, it could be human, but for what reason, I have no idea. Just a circular area. All right, just came across this. I have filmed this before. I've got pictures of this on my computer as a screensaver that I see all the time. I recognize this stump. I know I've found it. Appears to be a little different than the pictures that I've taken before, but just more decrepit and deterioration. Nothing significantly has changed. It's an older structure, and it looks like, I mean, 3 years at least that I've known it to be here. I think I found this my first year looking in 2017. It's now 2020, but just documenting, showing. People might not have seen it. You can see it in my archives. I think I have a video called like 7 structures in one day or something like that. I believe this is one of them. But anyway, pretty interesting how they squared it up like that, you know. There's houses all over the hills around here. They can see what people do. I don't know what inspires them. I don't know what they think, but anyway, just bringing it to you. But see what else we can find. It kind of looks like a glyph here. Place sticks. Been there for a little bit. More than a day, more than a week. Less than a month probably. Kind of interesting here too, how this has all been peeled. So that center root of this tree is all that's left. Like all the meat has been peeled off down to the bare essence. I don't know, just an interesting stick. Don't know where it came from. But looks like that was part of the outside and just got torn off and left here on display. See what else I can find in this area. Just kind of working the mountain. Going to all the cuts where the trails are not and seeing what we can find. Man, this was a good find right here. This bone on the rock. I mean, that's really good. And it's funny because I had wanted to find a deer leg in my heart today because I was thinking about taking my friend to a place where he expressed wanting to go a few weeks ago because he saw an old video of mine, and in my head I was thinking that's where I found a deer leg hanging in a tree. So I thought today maybe we'll go there, but the weather's not perfect. It's kind of rolling in, and I didn't know how much time we had, and I thought, okay, never mind. We'll go closer. And yet I still find a appendage of an ungulate. How's that for vocabulary? Pretty good. Got my wish granted. Super stoked. See what's around the corner. This one's kind of weird here because I don't know why you would need a trail marker, and secondly, it's in the trail. It's in the trail. So it's obvious where the trail is. So there's no split in the trail here. It's not really indicating anything. I think it's just some pieces that got pulled off of this and sculpturized right there. This is interesting here. Just came up. Didn't want to miss a spot. We almost walked by this little group. I said, hold on, there's a little side trail we got to check. And this guy's been knocked over. Stone here. Piece of pine right there. But just looks manipulated in a way that reminds me of potential Sasquatch. All right. I just wanted to talk about this one more time because of my findings last time, where there was a little, just a root in the rock like this, you know, growing with a tiny little sapling coming out that was pinned underneath another root that had been ripped out from somewhere that had grown in a rock. And then here's a tree with a root. The root is growing across here, the main root that's holding it in place. And here it is manipulated as well. And it just makes me wonder if there's something with the time of the year, the springtime, that they're doing, acknowledging roots of trees and pine. I mean, I just wonder if they have a religion or if they have a tradition or anything like that from anthropological standpoint that would, you know, be considered as evidence. But that's part of you know, what I'm doing and what I'm documenting is actually the culture and the traits of this potential creature. Which is, you know, I'm not claiming to be a scientist, but what I'm doing is just there documenting, just letting the camera roll and speaking my mind as I do so. But I think I prove a pretty good case for some of this stuff. Now, we can't prove Bigfoot did this, but it seems like Bigfoot lives in the area. They're doing crazy things to the trees all over the place. So when you realize that, you know, it's not so far-fetched to think that they might have some kind of tradition living out here year after year in the forest, you know? All right, check this out. We're on our way down the mountain. Just walked a little further. I don't even know what direction, to be honest with you. I'm a little discombobulated. East, north, whatever it was. And kind of walking this further half of the ridge that we walked up. This is like, we walked up the ridge. This is the lower slope off the ridge. So we're just paralleling it, going back down. And found this. Looks like an X right there. But then you've also got that curved branch, a couple of them coming down, being pinned underneath here. You can see, I mean, even this one being pinned underneath that. They're all kind of interwoven, and it's just a really cool little spot, good little photo op, good little place to document as we make our way down the mountain. Thanks for checking it out. Got the old snap here, fresh layup here, right next to this little jungle gym I just took a picture of, and all this junk up here. But we're coming over to check out this red tree. Just thought it looked cool. All branched out like that, almost like a platform. You could just picture him standing up in that thing, looking down at you. Anyway, kind of a significant looking tree, so thought I'd document and show you. Alright, just came over to these rocks. I was looking at the cliff. Didn't even notice this. Mike said, look, there's a kill right next to you. Dead bird. Kind of shoved under that rock a little bit. Been there a little bit, judging on the way it's deteriorated and everything, but kind of curious. It's not eaten. Right here over this different deal. I was just looking down here. I've seen in Mark Parra's videos where he actually had two large Sasquatch down in a little gully like this, and they had logs going across, kind of blocking the view and breaking up their outline. But they were caught on camera down there. So even though there's a trail right up here going across, I was just looking and imagining. And then, you know, I found the kill right there, so. I told Mike I want to find another rock stack, and we just did here at the base of this tree. And what alerted me to actually the area as we were walking by is this thing just kind of was standing out. Thought it looked unique. Took a minute to process the area, and you got this here, and it looks like we might even have something around the corner built up right here. A few different logs placed up in this area. We actually went across the mountain a little further than we thought, and we started to come down at a different trailhead, so we had to cut back up the mountain and just get to a little elevation, and now we went back off trail and we're making a beeline for where our trailhead is, but checking the other side of the trail on the way back closer to the river, and we already found this, so there might be more to come, or this might be it, but definitely pretty compelling here, and interesting find with the rock stack in this area. And give it a look and see if we find anything else. If not, thanks for watching. Coming across the mountainside, I saw this rock here, thought it was an odd placement, and then when I turned it over, I saw these golden ridges. Just thought it was really interesting, and I thought something must have found that and taken a liking, and decided to place it here and hide that discovery. But pretty amazing right there. Check that out. Fisherman just said he's been here like all the time. That wasn't here a week ago. It's only been here for a couple days, just hanging out in the middle of the stream. So I got my my wish on the deer leg and the rock stack today again. Here's one last weird thing for the video. Right by the road here, that log is sitting on that rock there, that little rock. And then that big rock is sitting up there, and I'm just wondering how it got there. But all right, thanks everybody. I'll take care. See you around. Bye.